It is now 5 o'clock, and we want to welcome you to our called board meeting for 5/21/24. And Madam Superintendent, what do we have on the agenda?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. And we'd also like to announce that this is being shown online. And the next item on the agenda, standing in for Director of Transportation Chris Jury, will be Chief Operations Officer Darren Danner to present a bus use request. Mr. Danner?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Superintendent. Standing in for Mr. Jury, bus request for Georgia Vocational Rehab Summer Grow Program, bus trip to Fannin County businesses, job sites, and eat lunch. Following dates been requested: June the 6th from the high school at 10:15 until back to the high school at 2:45. Georgia Voc Rehab will be responsible for the cost of the fuel and the driver.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation as presented.
We have a request. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor by a raised hand? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next item on the agenda is personnel, and I believe you all have your personnel sheets there. First item on the personnel sheet is a recension. This you all approved this person last month, and then they declined the position, and that would be Matthew Ware for a recension effective school year 2024-2025. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
We have a recommendation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the next two are resignations. I'd like to take them collectively unless there's an objection. Okay, both of these are resignations. The first one is James Kinman, effective 5/24/2024, and the second one is Sheila N. Fowler, effective 5/29/2024. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
You have a second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, next item on the personnel sheet is recommendations pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. First person I would like to recommend is Jeremy King for an administrator, effective school year 2024-2025. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'd like to take this next group collectively unless there's an objection. These are all pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. They're all professional staff, all for the school year 2024-2025. That would be Deborah Bennett, Jessica Seabolt Borging, Gerald Coulter, Kayla Howard, Carl Coleman, Murphy McConnell, and Cameron Stone. Mr. Chair, I would like to make that recommendation.
So we have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
You just have that motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
You have a second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you, sir. The next two I'd like to take collectively unless there's an objection. These are pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. They're both classified staff. First one is Marilyn Riviera, effective 6/3/2024. And then the next one is Jennifer Sims, effective school year 2024-2025. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Do I have a recommendation? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Mr. Chair, next recommendations is for substitute employees pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. I'd like to recommend David Linder for substitute bus driver effective 6/1/2024. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
A recommendation, is there a motion?
There is a motion.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? Thank you. It is unanimous.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the next two do not require board action because you all have previously approved them for the same classification, but they are transfers for informational purposes only because we had the positions posted and candidates interviewed for them. And one is Michelle Champion, effective school year 2024-2025, and then Andrew Ladd, effective school year 2024-2025. So with that, Mr. Chair, that concludes the personnel.
Thank you, ma'am. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion, is there a second? Motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.